Welcome to episode 120 of Regen Rovers, the first of two pre-season specials ahead of our first ever season in the Premier League. So our 13th ever season is going to be very special, but before we get on with this very special season, I thought I'd do a couple pre-season specials. A lot of you guys have been asking for it. I'm not going to be doing one long video like the last one I did. This is going to be two quite long videos, and today's one is Lads on Tour, because we're in Portugal, we're in the Algarve for our pre-season tour. Hopefully the lads will behave themselves and Jack Young will not indulge himself too much in the week or so that we are here. We're going to be playing 4 friendlies. Electrico FC, Sporting we're playing, Portimonense SC and the Benfica B team before we head home, and we're going to be playing in the second pre-season special. We're going to be playing in the Jack Young Cup, which is a little competition I've put together in aid of Jack Young. I can't seem to be able to do a testimonial for him. Usually when a player's been at a club for a long time, you're able to sort of do a testimonial. I can't seem to work out how to do it. There might be a way I've not worked out. I can't do it. So what I've done is I've decided to do a Jack Young Cup. We're playing Ghent in the semi-final, and it's Club America from Mexico versus Arsenal in the other ones. Hopefully we get through to the final. It'd be nice to take on Arsenal, actually. We're playing at the Chu Chung Pong Park Stadium, which is QPR Stadium. This will be our home for the first half of this season, as the Regen Rovers Stadium is being effectively rebuilt, because we're adding a huge number of seats, changing all of the terracing as well to seating, so the snake pit will be no more. Someone did comment in the last video saying it's going to be called the Snake Sit now, I think, because the snake pit won't be the same with seats, surely. It's not going to be as quite a dramatic, crazy atmosphere. Hopefully the people that will be sitting there now won't be too reserved, and they will still be getting off their seat and cheering on the younglings. So then, what have I been doing in pre-season so far? Because it is the 8th of July, we're about to take on our first Portuguese team today. But I have made a few transfers. A few players have left the club, a few players have come into the club, and we've had to increase the contracts as well for some of the players that have stayed in the team, because we're a Premier League team now, remember. Of course we are predicted to finish bottom, 1,000 to 1 as usual, but that's on a par with Stoke, Derby and Sunderland, so it's not all bad, is it? Stoke were the team that came up via the playoffs in the end, by the way, beating Burnley, Wolves and Aston Villa to that spot. So us, Stoke and Sunderland are the new boys in the English Premier League, but they have a hell of a lot of experience at this level. The teams we really will want to beat this season, I guess, are the likes of QPR, Derby. Maybe I'm underestimating them, because they have been in this division for a few seasons now, and they've been doing fine. So I suppose if we go by the season preview, the teams we need to focus on are Stoke. Derby are one of the ones we need to focus on. Sunderland, Watford, Cardiff as well are in there, but they're much higher up the table here. It's going to be very tough, isn't it? But I've made some transfers that hopefully will give us some sort of chance at survival this season. A few players have left the club. You can see here Sivzelis. He's not signed a new contract. Let's see if he wants one now. Nope, he still doesn't want to be a part of Regen Rovers, which is a real shame. Apparently we're not part of his career plans anymore. It'd be interesting to see if he does find a team. We'll just follow him, just in case he does retire. Giordano has also left the club, but he has moved to Bolton Wanderers in the Championship. He is a decent player, but he just wasn't really part of my plans anymore. He didn't have a very good season last year, and I don't think he can step up to the Premier League, so we decided to let him go. Johnny Collins has also left the club. He hasn't managed to find a team yet. Fuat Kachar, remember, he had agreed to sign for Kilmarnock in January before we even knew we were going to be in the Premier League. He might be regretting that now. I hope he's regretting it, because Kilmarnock didn't actually finish in top spot in the end. They finished down in 3rd place, so I don't know if that's a Europa League spot, possibly. I'm not 100% sure on that one. In fact, we can probably find out if we look at their schedule. Yeah, they're in the Europa League 3rd qualifying round. So he gets European football, so I suppose it's not the worst move in the world for him, but it would have been nice for him to stay, because he's been a quality player for us over the years, hasn't he? And the other player to leave, I've sold Colin McGuigan for not very much money at all. We have made a hefty profit though. We signed him for £2,000. We sold him for £68,000 to Motherwell in the Scottish Premiership. It just didn't work out for him here at Regen Rovers, did it? He had a couple loan spells where he was very successful, but for us, he scored 5 league goals seven goals in all competitions in his second season with us, and last season he only got 1. It just didn't work out for him, so I thought we had to let him go. Now, coming into the team, a few youngsters. Paul Spencer-Pugh, the first youngster to come in. He left Man City at the end of the season. So I'm signing players that definitely have potential. Man City have such a good academy, they can afford to just release players willy-nilly, really. So Paul Spencer-Pugh is the first guy to come into the team. He certainly has potential to be a decent player. Whether he can reach that or not, time will tell, because my youth facilities, they're not the best. They are being improved, but they're probably have been a reason why we haven't produced any players through the academy, as well as the fact we had terrible youth recruitment, terrible youth academy, not very good youth coaches. It's been a bit of a struggle in that regard, but we're in the Premier League. I've obviously done enough to get us to this level, but it would have been nice to have some academy players coming through. Now the next one is Stephen Lynn, who also left Manchester City. I just decided to poach all the players they left. He's gone on loan to Hamilton this season. Now, I like the look of him. He's got 15 on finishing. He's 18 years old, so he's still got plenty of room to grow. He's not particularly pacey, as you can see there. Some quite average attributes there that can be improved upon. But let's hope he can score a few goals in the Scottish... Are they in the Premiership? I think they've been relegated. Yeah, they're in the Scottish Championship now, so that will suit his level a lot better, I think, and hopefully can score a few goals there. Next up is Samuel Whitnall, who left Chelsea. So I'm going for the big guns, the big Premier League teams. I'm poaching the players from there that have been released. Not really poaching because they've been released. But he is a defensive midfielder or central midfielder. He's got good corners, very good marking position. There's some good defensive attributes in there. He's determined as well. And another player, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. He is 19 years old, so I'm not sure how much room there is for him to grow. Neil Hayward is the last youngster I signed that goes straight into the under-23s. Another central midfielder, 15 on passing. Kind of reminds me of a slightly better, a lot better version of Dion Mills in a way. There's a couple of attributes that really stand out for this central midfielder. And he's another one that left Chelsea. Now, the 3 players we've actually signed for money so far. First up is Nigel Armstrong. I love someone called Nigel, cracking name. He's basically replaced Giordano and comes into the team. He's better than Hans Hayne. I feel he'll be more effective on that left hand side for us because he's very pacey. He's got great crossing, dribbling as well. We signed him from Stoke City, by the way. He's been a bit of a journeyman because he started at Middlesbrough, moved to Watford for £1 million, so there was certainly potential in his early days. Went on loan numerous times, as you can see there, in League 1 and League 2 and Championship level before moving to Blackburn Rovers on a free, where he had a very good season in League 1. This would have been about the time we were in League 1, remember, so we came across him then. Then moved to Nottingham Forest for £1.8 million, where he did okay, but went on loan to Bolton, signed by Stoke. They were obviously impressed. Remember, they were a Championship team last year, but they only played him twice, 3 times in all competitions, which was very strange. And now we've got a bargain because he's 875k is the lowest fee that anyone's ever paid for him in a permanent deal. So he's certainly been a journeyman. Let's hope he can find a home in Reigate, maybe buy a little flat somewhere and settle down and hopefully produce the business in his first ever season, really, in the Premier League. He was at Middlesbrough when they were a Premier League team, and Watford, but he never played at that level. So let's hope he can push up. Now, this player I'm very excited about, not just because he's got a cracking name, Giuseppe Pigliacelli. Oh, amazing. But the fact that, look at those attributes. He's got 16 on finishing, 16 on composure. He's very fast, off the ball 14, good first touch and dribbling. I'm really excited by this guy. He looks like a player that can do the business for us. I hope he can. He's another journeyman already. He's been around Italy. £5.55 million have been spent on him. Now, we've actually spent the most money on him compared to any other team. £2 million for him. Our record transfer fee, it must be, surely. Highest transfer fee, yeah, Giuseppe Pigliacelli. Quite easily, £2 million. But I think it can be worth it because he's an upgrade on someone like Lorenzini even, and Spencer Drury, that's for sure. And he's got the attributes to score goals. I don't see why he won't score goals. Look at all those brilliant attributes. I'm excited by this guy. I hope you are too. Let me know in the comment section below who you're most excited by from the new signings. It might be one of the youngsters that you think will grow into being a superstar, but I personally think it has to be this guy. But I'm happy with those 2 signings, as I am also happy with K Van Gaal. We're going to call him K because if I say Van Gaal, I'm just going to think of the manager. We don't want to think about him that much, do we? So we're just going to call him K. I really have high hopes for him in goal for us because he's got a 4.5-star current ability according to my assistant. Whether we believe that or not, my staff are okay, but they're not the best in the world. Remember, I've always had to sign regen managers and assistant managers and coaches. This one, Shane Andrew's pretty good, I think. I like him. But there are definitely better options out there, but real life people. Regens, it's always going to be a bit tough. And the best regen staff seem to get poached by the really top teams. So it's that's always been a little bit of a downside for me, downside for the series, because I've struggled to find really, really top scouts in particular. I've actually signed a few more scouts this time around. This is my chief scout, who has definitely improved over the years. I think he had like 11 on both ability and potential at the start of the series, but he's improved. He's 27. He was very young when he first came to Regen Rovers. He's definitely improved as a scout. This guy's pretty good. Austin Wallace, 15-13 on the key attributes. Tomasic, 15 and 11. So I've signed a few that are okay. This guy's very good. Ad van den Poot, 15 on both. Paul Hughes is the last one, 13 and 14. So we've got decent scouts these days, but they could certainly be better. But K, 18 reflexes. He's pretty good physically, mentally, and those goalkeeping attributes. He's just a good all-rounder. He has been capped 4 times at Dutch under-21 level. He's now 24 years old, so he's still comparatively quite young for a goalkeeper. And I think £600,000 is a bit of a bargain for him. You see, he started at Ajax before moving to Juventus for £1.1 million. They obviously saw something in him. Went on loan a few times, eventually ended up at SPAL 2013 for 350k. Went on loan to Watford in the Championship, where he did okay, and then was back in Italy last year but didn't play very much. But I really do think he can be a good player for us. He's on 20k a week, which definitely isn't our biggest wage. I think Pigliacelli is probably the highest wage. £35,000 we're spending big in the Premier League now. We have to, and that's pretty low compared to the rest of the Premier League, remember, especially these days, quite a few years into the save. But remember the days when we were paying £35,000 to our entire team? Now we've got a player earning £35,000 a week by himself. It is quite an incredible journey when you think about it. I think Nigel Armstrong's on quite a lot, 19,000, and some of our other players have had contract improvements. The likes of Stephen Dean is now on 17 grand a week. Yahya is on 15 grand a week. Nico Schultz has had a bit of a boost because of promotion, up to £12,500 a week. He probably deserves more than that, to be fair, but I didn't need to give him a new contract. Players like Garber, they're still on like lower Championship wages, League One wages, 4 grand a week. But there are a few players earning a lot more money. Pasquale's on 8.7, JCG, he's on 4.8, so he stayed on a relatively low contract after getting promoted. Hans Hain is on 19.2 though, on the other hand. So we've got 2 very good left wingers, I think, in Hans Hain and Nigel Armstrong. I could have improved JCG and Pasquale, but I think they're both alright. So I don't think I need to worry about the right wing. I do want to try and find a top quality centre-back. I've found a few. I've offered money, I've offered contracts, and they've all fallen through so far. So in this video we might see a few transfers occurring. In fact, here's the first one. Nathan Williams is the first player to come in, the first centre-back to come into the team and the first player to arrive today. Now, he is an ex-Man City player, was on loan at Rotherham in League One last season. He already is our best centre-back. He's only 19 years old, but he should slot into the back line straight away. He's going to be earning 13 grand a week, but I do like the look of this guy. Let's hope he can perform. Now, I'm going to sell Josh Miller, 100k. I will pay some of their wages, but I also want to try and find a right back and a left back, because Josh Miller's not going to be good enough in the Premier League, let's be honest. So I need to try and find a couple of fullbacks to basically back up Yahya and Stephen Dean, because we don't have anyone at the moment. The under-23s, we do have Lovegrove, who's still got 1 year left on his deal, but he's not going to be good enough as a backup, surely. He looks okay, but not backup for the Premier League. We might have to use him though, we might have no option. By the way, in the description below there will be a link to my Twitter, Regen Rovers Twitter, and I'd like you to vote for next season's kits, or shirts to be more precise. Our second pre-season game of pre-season. The first one was a little bit of an embarrassment, 2-2 draw against the under-23s, but I did put some decent players into the under-23s team just so it was a bit more of a level playing field. You can see McGuigan did actually score on his last ever appearance for the under-23s before moving on. Francis Arthur Owusu also scored, decided to play him there. Koch played in goal and pulled off some very good saves in the second half. But Pigliacelli scored 2 goals in his first game for the club. It obviously doesn't count as a debut, but still, I was impressed by his performance. Some of the youngsters came off the bench for the under-23s as well, which was nice to see. So, I think this is the team I'm going to go with. I'm not going to play Josh Miller because he's leaving. Jack Young will be on the bench. Pigliacelli and Lorenzini up front, the 2 Italians. Hoping that they can combine nicely. I did play Spencer Drury alongside Pigliacelli in the last game, but let's try this combination. Lorenzini isn't really a natural poacher, he's more of an advanced forward, but I'm sure he can do a job there. Finally got round to doing a Paul's big day out, so it's very broad and it's not really a day out, it's more of a holiday destination, but we're going for the Algarve. In Portugal, the southern part of Portugal, I guess, which I have been on holiday to a couple times when I was younger, you know, family holidays. Saw quite a bit of the area, as well as a lot of the beaches and restaurants and things. Can't really pinpoint an exact place because I haven't been since I was about 15. But I recommend going, I suppose. I'm not really into hot summer beach holidays these days. I did a lot of that when I was younger as a family, and I kind of got bored of them, to be honest. I'd rather go. I really want to visit places like Iceland and Norway, and I will definitely be going there with my wife Jenny at some point, but it's more a question of money because they're expensive places to go to. We're currently hoping to buy a house in the not too distant future for our first ever house, because we're just renting at the moment like normal people, but we're going to be proper grown-ups and we're going to buy a house at some point, so all of the money is going to go into that, I guess. And then somewhere down the line, would love to visit different parts of the world because I've not visited very many places. Jenny did at university. Before university on her gap year, she did a lot of Eastern Europe down to Turkey. But I never did that. So I've only really been to a few places. And I want to see parts of the world because I love the world. Did geography at uni. I love the world. I want to see these places. Especially, I just have this connection with these sort of like Nordic places, Iceland and Norway, and I'd also like to really like to visit somewhere like Canada. Here come Electrico straight away, just blabbering away here about the world. But yeah, one day, there's so much time left, isn't there? Hopefully there's so much time left in my life. You never know what can happen. Here's Pigliacelli coming forwards. Lorenzini has to score that. He has to score. Brilliant cross from Pigliacelli. He's really impressed me in the first 90 or so minutes of his Regen Rovers career. Let's hope he can perform in the Premier League, though. It's going to be tough. And I'm still using this attacking tactic, by the way. It surely be suicide in the Premier League. Maybe I will have to tone it down. I'll have to have a think. We'll see how we get on against teams like Sporting, I suppose, who might be a good benchmark. Here's Pigliacelli coming forwards. And he scores his 3rd goal in pre-season already. Really brilliant run and goal. Because he's pacey, isn't he? As well as having good finishing attributes. Look at the Regen. You may have just seen the Regen Rovers fans there. What is this road up here? Can you see that? You may have spotted a road just sort of appearing above a stand. Which is quite funny, really. Here's Electrico FC with a corner. Good head away by Mohamed Garba. Here's Yahya running clear. He's pacey as well, which is a good play to have on the counter-attack. Here's JCG, the Spaniard. Can he cross it in? He does. Pigliacelli! 2-0. Oh, I love it. I'm not going to grow tired of saying that name. It's like Lorenzini. Lorenzini! Pigliacelli! Great. Just certain names, they roll out beautifully and they just really stand out to me. I like a good name. Here we go then, short into Yahya. Can we make it 3? We've been dominating this game so far. Garba through to Lorenzini. Has a shot. Oh, unlucky. Really good effort from him. Trying to make amends for that pretty poor miss at the start of this game. We've been dominant so far. Stephen Dean, free kick, crosses in. Jonathan Edwards scored 4 goals last season. Carries the goal scoring run into pre-season. He defies his attributes because he's really only good enough probably to be a League One player. But he's now going to be playing in the Premier League. Can he stand up against some of the best strikers in the world? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Hopefully Nathan Williams will add a bit more class to our back line. He's solid, isn't he? Looks good. Concentration's a bit low. We've always struggled to find a defender with good concentration. Keep it up, lads. Let's make some subs, I think. We will bring off Jonathan Edwards for Lawrence Rhodes. I like to make lots of subs in pre-season. You have to just build the fitness of the team, don't you? JCG is going to come off for Pascual. Armstrong's going to come off for Hans Hain. And I think we'll bring Lorenzini off for... We'll bring him off for Spencer Drury for now. Pigliacelli will stay on for a bit. We'll see if he can get a hat-trick in the next 10 minutes or so. And then we'll sub him off as well. 30 minutes to go. We will make some more subs. I'm going to take Short off for Patrick Dibber. Pigliacelli's going to come off for that man, Jack Young. Brad Howard can come on, I guess. He can come on for Stephen Dean. He can play right back. He's just not quite so natural. And we'll bring on Danny Bai, club captain. Made lots of changes to the team. Now, this is when they can possibly score some goals as we've weakened the team a bit. They're looking for a goal. Oh, what a strike. Let's try the other tactic, in fact. Let's try regen counter. Hair will just drop back a little bit. We'll try and hit them on the break and see if this is more... This could be effective in the Premier League, having a counter tactic rather than attacking. Just have to think. We need to analyse the performances in pre-season. Like, it is about fitness pre-season, but it is also... I just want to see how the tactic works, I guess, as well. Especially against better opposition like Sporting. Here's an opportunity, possibly, for a fourth. Here's Pascual. Into Spencer Drury. Oh, he almost did very well there. Oh, it's a mistake. Jack Young scores! Jack Young scores in Portugal. He's now going to go out and celebrate, isn't he? Drury, it was a right old cock-up from them, wasn't it? And Jack Young just had to tap it home. Couldn't really miss from there, could he? We will make one more change. Koch can come on. In fact, let's bring Mehmeti on for Yahya. Can't really play there, but it doesn't really matter for the last 8 minutes, does it? Kay collects the ball calmly and pumps it up to Drury. And now here's Hare into Pascual. Can we get a fifth? Into Drury. What's he going to do? He's going to wander around. It's all the way back to Patrick Dibber. Will Patrick Dibber feature in the Premier League? I'm sure some of you would love him to feature. Here's Jack Young. Good ball through to Hans Hain. Drury can't miss from there. And that's 5-1. It's been a good performance here. Encouraging signs. There's a huge car park here. There's no cars parked in it, but look how many people are in the stadium. There surely should have been someone that travelled by car, considering that epic car park. It's beautiful. Happy with the performance. Onwards and upwards. Sporting next. I've been scouting players galore in pre-season, as you would expect. We now have a worldwide scouting range, which is good. Now this guy does look good. He would be okay. He would cost a bit too much for us. Our budget currently is at 13 million, and we've not got a huge amount of wage budget to play with now after signing some bigger name players and improving the contracts of our current players. But perhaps someone young like this guy, Charlie Passion, who has the potential to be a good player. He is currently at Derby. Is he transfer listed? I could probably try and get some players on loan as well. I have looked at loaning a few players. Just waiting for them to get back to me. Valentine Uza, 17-year-old. Now he could be decent. Very high aggression, which fits into our old philosophy. I don't know how much they would want for him. Let's just see. They'd want what? 44 million? Come on, no. We could loan him as our backup left back. Makes sense, that, doesn't it? We need maybe to save a bit of money by loaning some players instead. Well, maybe this guy would actually be a better loan option, because he's currently a 4-star player for Spurs. If we were to loan him, they want 50%. We'll just put a few bids in, because inevitably a lot of them will reject us. This guy would be even better. Barcelona left back. Ooh, tasty, tasty. Oh, they want too much a month though. Like, I can't really afford to pay 135k a week. Ooh, we're signing someone. Another centre back. I forgot about this guy. So I am signing him on a free. He left Cardiff City, and he does look very good. So I do have to decide about a few of my players, because we're going to have now this guy Horatio, that I I'll call him Horatio because it's a bit simpler. And of course Nathan Williams, who we've signed. We've also got Brad Howard, Jonathan Edwards, Lawrence Rhodes and Danny Boy. That's a lot of centre-backs. Here we go. Another signing. Horatio is a 4-star player at the moment, apparently. I'm going to nickname him quite simple. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. No chance of that. So we're just going to call him Horatio, which is nice. Very solid looking player. 17 tackling, 16 heading, 18 determination, 15 marking, jumping reach as well. I like the look of this one. He's been capped by Argentina under 20s four times as well. So he's obviously decent, or he was decent when he was younger. He's 27 years old now, and I do like the look of him. He's been playing for Cardiff in the Premier League as a bit part player for them, but let's hope he can step up and be our main man this year. We've had a few rejections. This guy would have been insane to have a striker bid. He's decided to go on loan to Ajax from Bayern Munich instead of to us. 6,294 season tickets sold so far. That's for QPR Stadium, I guess, but I suppose they don't want to sell too many because when we moved back to Regen Rovers Stadium, we will have to transfer them across, I suppose. This guy looks good as an option at right back. He'd be similar level to Stephen Dean. I need to work out, do I want Stephen Dean to be my first choice right back, or do I want to improve on him? I guess preferably I want to improve on him, but at the same time I don't want to make Stephen Dean really unhappy. It's all a balancing act, isn't it? There's a few options there as right back. Yeah, I like the look of this one. Malam Khanda. Oh, he's on loan from West Ham, so he's not going to be able to move here. Maybe this Newcastle guy, Alessandro Vianello. Keep signing Italians, don't I? 18 on free kicks. He's an upgrade on Stephen Dean, isn't he? Don't know how many loans I can make in one season. Maybe I could sign a player permanently, like this guy from Copenhagen, who has very good mental. In fact, he's a very good player. He's been capped 30 times by Greece, so he must be decent. He's an option, isn't he? That's for sure. Let's see how much they'd want for him. 2.1 million. Now, we can negotiate this down, I'm sure. 1.4 million. Interesting. He's an option. I'll just bid that for now and have a think. Mentally, very good. Physically, he's strong. He's not particularly pacey, but that doesn't matter too much. He is more of a defensive fullback. We'll have to decide, I guess, between a few players. Paul Bentley, right back for Leicester City. I know he's on loan from Spurs. There's a few players that just aren't options. Oh, Chris Moose. I don't know why there's so many defensive fullbacks on this game. Oh, wow, look at this guy. Norwich City, target man. Ekrem Karakas, 7 goals in 14 games for Turkey. 19 finishing. Wow. I assume he's actually playing for Norwich and he wouldn't be an option for us to sign because he's going to be costing between 20 and 40 million pounds, so he's definitely not an option. Okay, so this Greek guy would want at the moment 25 grand a week. Or we can go for Vianetta for, I suppose, 8,200. I think we pay half of that, so 4 grand a week. He's 21. He's physically better in my eyes. He's also got this very good free kick attribute, which is intriguing. Adds a different element to our team. I'm kind of more inclined to go for him if he accepts. Can I delay this for now? I have to respond right now. Well, I'll offer this up, and if Vianello rejects us, then we can go for Skleparis instead. Just reduce a few things. Oh, I don't want that. 22 grand a week. Okay. Oh, wow. Another guy that we could potentially get on loan. Dominic Stanek from Arsenal. Long throws. Physically, he's very strong. Mentally, he's pretty good. Kind of like Vianello from Newcastle. A bit better, though, strangely enough. Eamon Lynch is leaving on loan again. He's just not good enough for the first team. There's certain attributes that stand out, as you can see here. Marking, tackling, positioning, leadership. Very good strength, aggression, bravery, but other things really let him down. Concentration of 7. Incredibly slow player. Heading's not particularly good either. And his other sort of attributes like these technical ones are very, very low. So he's not going to be good enough for the Premier League. I tried to sell him. No one wanted him, even for £0. So he's going back on loan. And they're paying 100% of his wages, so that's fine. And Dmitry Petrov, I haven't managed to get a work permit for him, unfortunately. So he's going back on loan. He's going to Ludogorets, who possibly might be playing Champions League football. They are, in fact. They're currently in the qualifying stages. So that will be a good experience for him. So I've tried to put out the strongest 11 against Sporting because I feel this is the team that will be most like an English Premier League team, so we can see how we get on. They might not put out their strongest lineup, but we'll test ourselves against them anyway. So Kay's in goals, Dean and Yahya are at fullback, but I've gone with Horatio and Nathan Williams as our two centre-backs. They are our two strongest centre-backs according to my assistant. In the middle, Schultz and Garber. On the wings, JCG and Armstrong. And up front, Pigliacelli and Lorenzini. Let's see how we cope then against a Sporting team playing Renato Eduardo up front and a Brazilian youngster. He's only 20, he looks very good. So they have put a strong team out then. Faustinho, Portuguese player. Ricardo Cesar, another Brazilian on the right. They've got Gould, Ryan Gould. Wow, he's still there. Playing for Sporting. He's got 95 caps for Scotland. He does look good actually at the age of 32. And on the left they've got Viana, who looks incredibly good. So this is going to be tough, but it's a good test to see how this tactic and this team copes against strong opposition. Very strong opposition. I mean, Sporting would probably finish, I'd say they'd finish top 10 in the Premier League. Let's start this match then in this much larger stadium than we're used to playing in. We've played in some big stadiums in the Championship, and we're going to play on some even bigger stadiums in the English Premier League, which I'm looking forward to. Here we go then, 46 seconds in, first highlight in Sporting's half, but they clear it. Can Stephen Dean cope? No, he can't. Oh, he does this time though, but it's clear straight to Piatti. Over the top for Renato Eduardo, who will cross it all the way back to Faustinho. Short. Oh, that's what he does best. But he unfortunately loses the ball with the pass. But here's Nigel Armstrong. Long lump up the pitch to Pigliacelli. What's he going to do? Come on, Pig. Crosses it in. Near post. Far too easy for Palm, who has an appropriate name for a goalkeeper, doesn't he? And they're just passing it around nicely. Long ball over the top. Our defence should be coping with that. But Kay easily copes with that by picking the ball up. We've held Sporting out for a whole half. I'm pleased with that. And now I don't want to make too many changes in this game in a way, because although we want to build up the fitness of the whole squad, I'm trying to put out our strongest 11 and want to get some sort of fair reflection on the result we're likely to get. So at half time, the only change I will make is Lorenzini's going to come off for Spencer Drury. Here's Pigliacelli early on in the second half. He's tackled. And that's the end of that highlight. But we've got a highlight straight away. Horatio does really well. Here's Pigliacelli charging forwards into Spencer Drury. He's tackled. Pigliacelli again though. Lovely ball to JCG, who hits it. Easy save for Palm. It's been a pretty close game, as you can see there from the statistics. They've had the 3 half chances and they're coming forwards again here through Fernandez. But Yahya does really well. Garber heads it into Nigel. Nigel Armstrong running forward. Lovely ball through to Pigliacelli. What's he going to do? Speaks one man with the pace. Spencer Drury at the back post with beating Sporting 1-0. I'm very pleased about that. I will bring off the wingers. Armstrong and Haynes. Hayne will come on for Armstrong, sorry. And Pascual will come on for JCG. But I want to try and keep the defensive line as solid as possible and just get used to each other, I suppose. Lovely assist from Pigliacelli. Simple finish for Spencer Drury, but he was in the right place at the right time there, wasn't he? Highlight straight away though, which isn't generally a good sign. Usually means one team's going to score, and generally the opposition as they come forward. Good tackle by Stephen Dean though, and Kay dramatically dives on the ball. I hope Kay can turn into a legendary goalkeeper for us, just like Sivzelis, Grant Waugh and Pigliacelli. What a goal! What a strike from the Italian. That was beautiful. We're 2-0 up. Well, hopefully this is a good sign for the season ahead. But like I said, yeah, Kay, can he become the new Sivzelis or the new Furukacha? I think people started to like Furukacha after a while because he was great for us. He was clearly is the best goalkeeper we've ever had. It's sad to see him go. It's sad to see Lee Sivzelis go as well. Really sad, because he's a legend in my eyes of the series. And what's Horatio doing here? Good tackle by Schultz, and Kay can clear that up the pitch to Hans Hayne. Not quite. And that's a long ball over the top. It's 2-1. The defence went missing there. We'll take up Garber for Pascal Hare. Go for that. There's a lorry outside. If you can hear annoying noises, I apologise. Free kick. Pascal whips it in. Williams! Oh, Nathan Williams. The ex-Manchester City youngster heads us back into a 2-goal advantage. 3-1. This is really encouraging today. Good ball from Pascal. Lovely free kick. And a great header from Williams. Williams is pretty tired now. Maybe I should bring him off. Yahya into Schult. Back to Yahya. Lovely ball over the top. It was enticing. Hair out wide to Hans Hayne. Cuts inside. Great ball in Pigliacelli. Sped to Drury. Should be burying that. That was a brilliant opportunity to get a fourth and we didn't take it. And now Sporting are on the break. But Williams does really, really well there to come across. Schult is tired. I'm going to take him off for Patrick Dibber once again. And I think we'll make a change at fullback as well. Brad Howard will come on for Stephen Dean. And we will bring Pigliacelli off. We're going to put on Jack Young once again. What is this lorry doing? It's making really weird noises. Where is it? Right there. I have no idea what it's delivering, but it's delivering something to someone. As Sporting come forwards again, looking for a second, and it's off the post, and Yahya can clear. 4 minutes to go. It's crossed in. Good. Oh no, where is Kay? I don't know where he was, but luckily it's gone wide. Not really sure what he was trying to do there. We're going to take off Nathan Williams for Lawrence Rhodes. Horatio for Danny Bryan. Edwards will come on for Yahya, and we'll make a goalkeeper substitution as well. Koch will come on for the last few minutes. What a win this has been. I'm really, really impressed. I wasn't expecting this. We've been comfortable against a very strong team, and you saw at the start that the quality players they were playing, they have made a lot of subs during the game, as you would expect in pre-season, but we've made quite a few subs as well towards the end of this game, and we've done well. Hare, what's he doing there? 20 seconds to go. Can we get another goal? Piatti defending, and I don't think we will. But this is very encouraging. I've said that a few times, but it really is. I'm hopeful now for the season ahead that we can stand up against Premier League opposition. Really, really pleasing stuff once again from us for the second game in a row. Drury, Pigliacelli and Williams with the goals. And Schult is just getting better and better in my eyes. He's only got 13 on tackling, strangely enough, but he just seems to win everything. I think it's his determination and bravery that also helps him. And he's got the right dose of aggression that helps. And teamwork and work rate. He runs around, he's got pace, he's got stamina. It's just an exceptional player. Whether he'll be good enough for the Premier League, we'll have to find out. He's wanted by a few German teams, Freiburg, Gladbach and Hamburg. He's worth £9.5 million and he's got a low release clause. Perhaps I should give him a new contract and remove that. Ooh, I don't know. We'll have to see if an offer comes in, I suppose. He's good, but he's not outstanding compared to the rest of our team, I don't think. £6.5 million would be a good deal in a rake, considering we got him on a free. So I'll have to contemplate that. So unfortunately we won't be signing Craig Smith, the Tottenham left back. Who was the other option at left back I was going for? I can't actually remember. Valentin Uza. We're waiting for him to get back on. He's rejected us and he's going to Bolton in the Championship. He obviously thinks he's not going to get first team football here. It's a bit frustrating. It's our reputation letting us down again, although we now are a national reputation team, 3 stars. But look at this, we've got 0 stars for youth facilities and training facilities. That's how bad they are. By the way, Jonathan Edwards has now joined the favoured personnel list, so well done to him. Oh look, Kay's our key man now. Our goalkeeper is our key player, and Arif Koch is our hot prospect, according to this. Josh Miller is joining Coventry City for £100,000. I kind of feel that's a good deal. We signed him for £16,000 from Bolton, so we've made a profit, but we still need to find a replacement as his backup, as a backup left back, and we need a backup right back, or possibly an improvement, because Yahya is good, but he's not that good. And the same with Stephen Dean. I need to find someone. Maybe I should just loan this Barcelona guy. How much do they want for him? They want £38 million. And if I was to get him on loan, it would cost how much a year? 135k a month. What happens if we reduce that? I think they want the full amount, but we'll give it a go anyway. Or perhaps the Barcelona B player instead, Pavel Dvorak, could be a better option, cheaper option. But we want to get the best, don't we? We need to spend money. If we want to stay up, we're going to have to spend money, quite simply. Lots of waiting around in pre-season. The game Loads a lot slower now we're a few years into the game. Decent looking striker. Probably don't need him. I like my strikers, I do. Pigliacelli, Lorenzini, Spencer Jerry, Jack Young, of course, can't forget about him. Brian Kelly. He's got some big ears, hasn't he? Free agent. Interesting. 15 passing. Is he an improvement on Garber? If we played him, say, as an advanced playmaker. About the same, to be honest. He's slightly better physically overall. A bit worse mentally, and the same technically. So, I mean, how much does he want? I guess he's only 23 years old. But he wants to be appointed vice captain, which we can't. No, we can't do this. We can't promise everything under the sun for every player. Brad Howard wants a new contract. Are you that important to the team, Brad? Really? I don't think so. I'm going to say you need to prove it. Now, what do I do about the centre-back situation? Now we've got Horatio and we've got Nathan Williams. That's probably my two best, well, they are my two best centre-backs. The likes of Lawrence Rhodes, who has potential. He's only 20 years old. I feel like he could be one for the future. Whereas Edwards, he's reached that potential. He's 23. He's had a really good couple seasons with us. And he kind of defies his attributes because he's not that great looking. Some of his technicals are awful. He's got one on corners, which it doesn't matter for a centre-back, but still. Surely someone playing at Premier League level would have better than one on corners, regardless of your position. So I kind of need to decide. I think I have to keep him because of his form. Danny By is a club legend. I'm more inclined to sell someone like Brad Howard, who I've got no affinity to whatsoever. He had an average first season with the club. We signed him for free. He is technically our third best centre-back, but I'd rather keep Rhodes and Edwards than Brad Howard. So maybe I'll try and sell him. He's worth 975k. Let's see if we can sell him for a ridiculous amount of money and see what happens. Third pre-season game then. I thought I'd show all these today just because. Lads on tour in the Algarve, enjoying the sun. I'm going to play Pascual today instead of JCG, and I'm going to play Hans Hayne instead of Armstrong. We'll keep with the same back line just to get them used to playing together. And it might be split up again if I do sign new fullbacks, but we'll just have to take it as it comes, I guess. On the bench today, I'm going to put Arthur Owusu instead of Brad Howard, in fact, if I want to try and sell him. He's not happy. Abysmal morale. Not getting his new contract, and now I'm attempting to sell him. Here we go then. This time it's Portimonense SC. Sorry if I've mispronounced that. I probably have. I don't know how good they are. I have no idea which division they're even in. Which division are they? Let's find out. They're in Liga NOS, which is the second division. The holders of Benfica. What? Oh, is it the top division? Oh, it's the top division. I'm getting mixed up. Okay, they are the top division team. They've got some okay looking players. Probably not dissimilar to us, really. In fact, these are greyed out players, aren't they? I suppose we don't have the Portuguese league loaded. They're all very good average players. They're good at everything, which means we're going to fail because they're versatile players. I tend to struggle against these sort of teams where you've got the greyed out players because they've got actual pretty decent attributes. Ah, look at the lovely trees. You can tell we're in Portugal. Off we go then. Here's Pigliacelli running at the defence early on. They've even got Burger Vans here in Portugal. Pigliacelli on the ball. The Italian running forwards, looking bright early on. What a run! What a run! Good save. Was straight at the keeper in the end, I suppose. He had a really good run on him, but hit it straight at the keeper in the end. As always, guys, please hit that like button for today's pre-season special. You've seen a few transfers. You've seen a few pre-season games. You've seen Schultz make a few decent tackles. And Pigliacelli shine for us. Although he's lost the ball there. Can Schultz win it back? He does, of course he does. Schultz, lovely ball that way to Hans Hayne. The German cuts in, has the shot. What a goal from Hans Hayne. Brilliant strike from him. That was great to watch. Quite a few people wearing orange tops in the stand. I assume that's their second kit. Hans Hayne cut inside, let fly, and it went in the top right hand corner. Our trip to the Algarve has been very successful so far. Good to get away. Good bonding experience for the players as well, especially with new players coming into the team. Here's Kay into Nathan Williams. Horatio now. Here's Schultz. Over the top. Here's Hans Hayne. Back over the top into Pigliacelli. Pigliacelli scores again. He's on fire. Giuseppe Pigliacelli. I love you. already. Look at that beautiful sky, by the way. That is very orange. It's burning hot here in Portugal. But we're coping wonderfully, aren't we? A lot of our players are from Mediterranean countries, to be fair. Here's Pigliuccelli, one of them. Hans Hein across to... Oh, Pascual, another Mediterranean player. The Spaniard makes it 3-0. We've been dominant. Hans Hein, 2 assists and a goal today. What a performance from him on the left-hand side. He's trying to grab that left-hand spot, isn't he? Ahead of Nigel Armstrong. Here's Kay again. In to Horatio. The Argentinian plays it to Williams. Now it's over to Pascual, charging forwards. What's he going to do? He's going to put a cross in. That's a poor cross straight into the keeper's arms. He's fighting for his place ahead of JCG, his fellow Spaniard. Schultz does really well. He's on a yellow card, of course. Hans Hein through to Pigliuccelli. Can we make it 4 before half-time? Great ball in. Lorenzini! That front two, the Italian front two. I've got high hopes for it. Maybe Spencer Drury should be the main man alongside Pigliuccelli. I kind of feel like Pigliuccelli has to be our main striker this year because he has been sensational for us in pre-season. Goal and an assist today again. 4-0. Wow. But here they come, looking for a consolation goal. Here's Vaz. Out wide till Silvano. Barra. Into Matias. Silvano again. They're passing it around nicely here. Here they come, looking for a goal. It's a good goal. Really good finish to make it 4-1. 4-1 up at half-time then. Happy with the performance so far. A few players looking complacent. We will change the centre-back partnership. We're going to bring Edwards and we're going to bring Lawrence Rhodes on. We'll bring Garber off for... We'll bring Memeti on this time. He needs to build up some fitness. And Schultz on a yellow, so we'll take him off as well. Lots of substitutions at half-time this time. Hopefully we won't throw this away. We'll continue to attack and play the way we know how to play. We've only had 2 half chances in this game, and one of them was just now. So we'd only had 1 half chance, and we managed to score 4 goals. Clinical from us today. Here's Yahya. In to Hans Hein. Good ball in. Oh, good defending. I don't know who that was that had the shot, but they've got lucky there. Stephen Dean. In to Pascual. Back to Stephen Dean. The Northern Irishman crosses it in. It's headed away, and they can break now maybe. Here they come. Easy ball over the top. Defending's not great here today. What's going on? Good tackle, but that's 4-2. And I think we will just go to the counter tactic. We don't want to throw this away, do we? 4-0 up. Now it's 4-2. I suppose that's what happens when you make lots of changes in a pre-season game. I suppose the results don't really matter too much because it is about fitness. But at the same time, I do like to win and build up the morale of the team. JCG and Drury coming on. Going to take Hans Hein off for Nigel Armstrong. I don't know why his morale's abysmal. What's going on there? Arthur Roos is going to come on today instead of Jack Young, and I think we'll leave it at that. We don't have any other full-back options. I really do need to sign someone. Left back and a right back. Here's Nigel Armstrong. Good ball. Nope, not a good ball. But Arthur Owusu can take advantage of a mistake. Here's Francis Arthur Owusu coming in, hitting it straight at the keeper. Tipped it over the bar. I think there's about 3 maybe 4 Regen Rovers fans today. Possibly 5. There's not many. Oh, maybe there's 6 even. Dun 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 dun. I wonder if any of the players have found some Portuguese sweethearts and going to take them back to Reigate as Arthur Owusu makes it 5. I hope so. I'm sure some of the players will have found some love. As long as it's not the other way round. We don't want the players falling in love here and deciding, I'm going to stay in Portugal. I'm not going back to England. We don't want that. As Portimonense come forward looking for a third, but surely this game is wrapped up. It's been another very good performance from us. 22 shots. We didn't have any clear-cut chances, strangely enough. And we had much less possession, but I guess that's our style of play. And we've been rampant, I suppose. Ruthless with our chances. As we try and get a 6th before the end of the game. Here's Spencer Drury gets it. 6-2. Wow, that makes it even more impressive. Spencer Drury gets his goal. Lovely play from Arthur Owusu. Even that wasn't a clear-cut chance, that was a half chance. I've enjoyed this pre-season. There we go. Another exceptional win. We've just got the Benfica B team to play next, which hopefully will be a win because they are effectively the Benfica reserves. I need to decide whether to do this or not. Do we sign the Greek player? Vangelis Skleparis. £1.4 million. 22k a week. got a decent release clause. Let's just compare him with Stephen Dean. I don't want to waste money unnecessarily, but at the same time I know I need fullbacks. They are similar. Let's just have a look at regular fullback, which is what we play these days. Now Stephen Dean is slightly better at crossing. They're both not that great going forwards in that regard. Stephen Dean's much better at dribbling, but looking at the defensive attributes, Stephen Dean's slightly better, 14 to 13 on marking, the same tackling. Concentration, Skliparis is better, as is his anticipation, positioning. Teamwork is the same, work rate slightly worse, stamina's better, acceleration worse. They are similar, and I don't know whether spending £1.4 million, whatever we've offered, is worth it for a player that will be the same as Stephen Dean and only a year younger. In fact, 11 months younger. Exactly. It's tough because Stephen Dean's worth £6 million as well, so he is a good player. But we do need another option there, don't we? I think he'll probably be a 3-star player. The same as Stephen Dean when he does sign. Oh, I don't know. Who was the other player that we were... There was another right back. Vianello. I kind of want him. I like him. He's better at crossing. He's got free kicks. Good physicals. I like the look of him. And he's young. I know he's only going to be on loan, but possibly we could sign him at some point. I kind of feel Skliparis isn't the right option. He's too similar to Stephen Dean, and we need someone that's a bit different to Stephen Dean, I think. Although then again, Stephen Dean plays well at right back. If we want someone to replace him because he's injured or unfit, then Skliparis is the player to come in and be basically a like replacement. Maybe I should delay it for now and wait to see what happens. There's been no offers for Brad Howard, but perhaps if I offer him out for, let's say, I think I've gone too high, haven't I? But we'll go 1.5 and just be a bit cheeky, see what happens. Keep forgetting how young Nico Schultz is. He's only 21. Has he changed his hair? Kind of feel like he has. I've been thinking, if I can improve his tackling even more, then surely he'll get less yellow cards, because the other attributes for making a tackle in the central midfield area are very good. His tackling's 13's fine, and he makes brilliant tackles, but he sometimes mistimes them, and that's why he gets yellow cards. So if we can improve that, say, up to 15, then maybe he will reduce his yellow cards. So this loan bid has been rejected. What did they want? 135 and 275. That's a lot of money in a season, isn't it? But I kind of feel like he could be worth it because he's a quality player, and the wage percentage is high as well. But let's see, Lionel Di Toro could be a very good left back for us this season if we do get hold of him. As Luca, our San Marinian, has scored a hat-trick for the under-23s. He scored 5 goals in 2 games in pre-season. And Stephen Lynn has scored for Hamilton out on loan, so well done. And Petrov has scored as well. Brilliant. There we go. Offer accepted for the Barcelona left back. Let's hope he accepts it now. Oh, look. France want me. Sorry. I'm not doing international management as well on this save. If I was, it would probably be England. That would make sense. But I'm just focusing on Regen Rovers in this save. Okay, Brad Howard. We need to offer him out for $1 million now, I think. I might only get 100k for him. It might be worth 950, but perhaps no one's willing to pay that. Here's the money then. Hibernian have offered 750. Let's see what they say to... Let's go up to 925 and see what they say. There we go. Dunfermline have offered 800, which means we can probably squeeze them up to 950. Yep. So I'd rather him go to Dunfermline. We'll get a bit more money. Here we go. Vianello has accepted my offer. It would be much cheaper, only 4.1k a week compared to the Greek guy, which is 22 grand a week. I know this guy's only on loan, but I suppose financially it's less of a risk. I feel like he can be a better player than the other guy. So I will reject the Greek chap when it comes back after the... I can probably reject it now, actually. Early on. Where is he? There he is. Let's withdraw the offer now, as Vianello joins the team. Oh, I'm pleased about that. He is the same ability as Stephen Dean. I thought he would be. But he's got 18 on free kicks. Another Italian as well in the team. We've got 3 Italians now. 3 Germans, 3 Italians, 2 Spaniards. A multicultural Regen Rovers team now, isn't it? Di Toro has rejected me. He's rejected me. Let's try again. What I will do is I'll make him a key player as left back and see if that makes a difference. We'll try again. Last friendly then of today's first pre-season special. The next episode will be the Jack Young Cup and any other friendlies we have as well. I do need to arrange a couple more before the end of the summer. I wanted to try and do an actual testimonial for Jack Young, so if there is a way to do that I will attempt it, but I can't seem to work it out. Hansane's going to keep his place because he played very well in the last game. I'm going to bring JCG back into the team. Vianello will come onto the bench for Danny Bye, and Vianello's going to start. I'm going to start him. We're going to put our trust in him at the start of his Regen Rovers career, which might only last a season. I'm also going to play Spencer Drury from the start and Pascal Hare as well instead of Garber. Can we win our last pre-season friendly in Portugal then? Their key man is Luis Rodriguez, 22-year-old. I assume most of their team will be young because it's the B team, but there might be a few older players in there. Fernandez, their striker, is only 19. Looks decent. They will have some very good players because the Benfica youth system's very good, I think. They do have a couple greyed out players in here though as well. Playing a right midfielder in central midfield, slightly out of position. Let's go for that. Okay. Oh, I'm excited because we've played so well. It's been enjoyable. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Been a nice long one for you. I know some of you enjoy this, some of you don't. But you don't have to watch them, do you? You can skip through as well. Which I assume you will have done if you didn't want to watch a really long pre-season video. But I know they can be enjoyable. As Kay makes a good save. Just so you can see what I do behind the scenes as well a bit. I've shown some of the transfer activity. I've not really been searching for players actively. I've basically asked my scouts to go out and find players, and that's what's happened. I did look for some loan players by using the filters on the search facility. Here's Nico Schultz into Hansane. Pigliacelli makes it 1-0 with another goal. Yeah, the search function I did use for transfer listed players and loan players. I then got my scouts to look for them, and they found some of the players that I've signed. But my scouts are just browsing around now, browsing around the world, looking for the best talent that I can afford. Quite simple stuff. There's nothing groundbreaking in my scouting techniques. Had a look at some of the best. You know, when every season youth players are released by clubs, and it gives you a list of the best ones. That's how I found Nathan Williams. I just asked my assistant, my scout, to scout all of those players that have been left. Those top 10 or so players, as we make it 2-0 through Spencer Drury. And Nathan Williams was one of the ones that came back. Well, this is comfortable gain, isn't it? Really good stuff from us. Drury, nice 1-2 actually with JCG. He beat 3 players with that pass, and Drury, the keeper should have done a lot better there. It was basically right at him. Happy with how it's going. Now I'm going to bring on Jonathan Edwards at left back because Yahia's pretty knackered. Edwards can kind of play there, which is why I'm doing that. Hansane's going to come off for Nigel Armstrong. And I'm going to bring on Lorenzini. We'll give Pigliacelli a bit of a rest. He's played most of pre-season now. And we'll try the old partnership of Spencer Drury and Lorenzini and see how they cope together. Try and forge that partnership again. Takes a free kick. Knocked away, but here's Lorenzini. Back to Edwards. Into Lorenzini again. Armstrong. Oh, Williams gets another goal. Up from the back, Nathan Williams makes it 3-0. It's been easy this pre-season tour, hasn't it? Surprisingly easy. We'll take off Horatio in fact, we'll take off Nathan Williams. He's on a yellow for Lawrence Rhodes. And we'll bring on Memeti and Dibba in the middle. Come on, you younglings. Bum, 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 bum. Here's Memeti with a free kick, whipped in. Horatio can't win the header, but here's Lorenzini. Oh, great strike. Rhodes on the rebound. Makes it 4. And we'll bring Spencer Drury off for Jack Young. JCG off for Pascal. Vianello has had a decent debut, very decent, 7.8. Stephen Dean will come on. And Koch will come on for K. And we'll leave Horatio on the pitch. Let's look at this one again then. Lorenzini had the strike. Really good effort against. In fact, I think... No, it did hit the post. Thought the keeper had saved it. But lovely finish from Rhodes right into the corner. It was an open net. But he decided to stick it in the corner like a true poacher. We've dominated this game. 17 shots to their 2. Much more half chances. We've both had one clear-cut chance. Are they going to get a consolation goal? It's forward. Stephen Dean should cope with that, but he doesn't really. And oh, it's off the crossbar. We somehow escape. No, Nigel knocks it up the pitch. What an enjoyable time in Portugal I've had. Even topped up my tan in the process. As did Jack Young, of course. And that's 4-0. Final whistle. Portugal, I loved you. I'm happy to come back if you're willing to let me win 4-0, 6-2, etc. 5-1, 3-1, 6-2 and 4-0. What a brilliant time in Portugal we've had. I've enjoyed pre-season so far. De Toro has, Barcelona have accepted our deal offer for De Toro. Hopefully he'll accept it this time. But I'm liking the squad. It's coming together nicely. We've signed a few players, haven't we? For a total of £3.5 million. We might lose a couple more in pre-season. Let's hope Nico Schultz does stay at the team, because he is an important cog in that midfield. But the next episode 121, will be the Jack Young Cup against Ghent, and then hopefully we'll qualify for the final. I will organise a couple more friendlies as well, because there's still a big gap between that and Derby County. But I haven't decided who to play yet, but I will do by the time the next video starts. But thanks for watching. Please hit that like button. Please vote for your favourite shirts ahead of our 13th season of this series. I will see you very soon.